I know a place that's peaceful and quiet. A place where animals play. It's called the forest, but every year we start forest fires. A careless match or cigarette and poof, fire. So the next time you're in the forest, be extra careful, okay?
If you knew it was me, would you have listened?
Hello, and welcome to Brand Management, the show that explores the history of your favorite brand mascots. Today we take a look at Smokey Bear. In 1942, during the early days of America's involvement in World War II, a Japanese submarine attacked an oil field outside of Santa Barbara, California. While the damage was minimal, fear began to spread along the American West Coast. With many of the nation's experienced firefighters serving overseas, Americans began to worry that further attacks could result in raging forest fires across the coast. It was estimated that 9 out of 10 forest fires were preventable. This led to the creation of the Cooperative Forest Fire Prevention Program, which teamed with the newly founded Advertising Council to share with American citizens the part they can play in preventing forest fires. Early PSAs used colorful imagery and scare tactics to warn Americans about the dangers of forest fires. While the PSAs were shocking, they did manage to help gain traction for the cause. That same year, Walt Disney released his animated classic, Bambi. In the film's climax, the animal characters must run for their lives to escape a raging forest fire which engulfs their home. Disney struck a deal with advertisers to allow the characters to appear in a fire prevention PSA. The campaign was a success and proved the effectiveness of including cartoon animals in fire prevention messages. Disney only allowed the characters to appear in one poster, so advertisers began creating original characters to appear in their PSAs. After trying several other animals, the CFFP chose a bear to be their mascot and gave him the name Smoky. In 1945, Smoky made his first appearance in a poster by artist Albert Staley. In the poster, Smoky is seen in a hat and jeans pouring a bucket of water onto a campfire and passing along the message, "Care will prevent 9 out of 10 forest fires." Smoky was a hit, and he appeared in 2 more posters by Albert Staley. Smoky received a small redesign in 1946 from artist Rudy Wendelin. This version became the standard design of Smoky, and Wendelin was named Smoky's official artist until his retirement in 1973. In 1947, he was given his now famous catchphrase, "Remember, only you can prevent forest fires." That same year, Smoky appeared in his first radio ad and was given his voice by actor Jackson Weaver.
Remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
In May of 1950, a forest fire swept through the Lincoln National Forest in New Mexico. Firefighters discovered a 3-month-old baby black bear clinging to a tree. He was rushed by plane to the nearest animal hospital, where he was treated for minor injuries. The cub was given the name Little Smoky and was flown to the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. Little Smoky took up permanent residence at the zoo and became known as the living embodiment of Smokey Bear. Here, Smoky received millions of visitors over the years, including cowboy Hopalong Cassidy. As his popularity grew, Smoky began attracting commercial interest. So, in 1952, Congress passed the Smokey Bear Act, which took the character out of the public domain and placed him under the ownership of the Secretary of Agriculture. This allowed profits from Smoky merchandise to continue wildfire prevention education. The act came just at the right time, as Smokey Bear merchandise became very popular.
She's a wonderful doll. She's ideal.
Ideal Toys began releasing a Smokey Bear doll in 1952. The dolls came with a card, which children could mail to Smokey and apply to become a junior forest ranger. By 1964, Smokey was receiving so many letters from fans that he was granted his own zip code. This makes Smokey the only individual besides the president to have his own U.S. zip code. Also in 1952, Smokey gained his very own theme song. Songwriters Steve Nelson and Jack Rollins were hot off their 1950 hit song, Frosty the Snowman. They composed a song titled Smokey the Bear, adding the word "the" to keep the song's rhythm. The song was recorded by Eddy Arnold and became a hit.
With the ranger's hat and shovel and a pair of dungarees, you will find him in the forest always sniffing at the breeze. People stop and pay attention when he tells them to beware, 'cause everybody knows that he's the fire-preventing bear. Smokey the Bear, Smokey the Bear, prowling and a growling and a sniff in the air. He can find a fire before it starts to flame. That's why they call him Smokey. That was how he got his name.
Smokey has continued to appear on merchandise throughout the decades, including books, toys, clothing, and just about anything else you can imagine.
It's here, the color TV you've been waiting for.
The growing popularity of television allowed Smokey to begin bringing his message of fire prevention right into the living room.
Hello, Tree.
Trees are everybody's friends.
Remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Thanksgiving of 1966 became Smokey Bear Day on NBC, as Smokey made his first appearance in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Later that evening, Smokey starred in Ballad of Smokey the Bear, an hour-long stop-motion special produced by Rankin Bass and starring James Cagney.
Long ago, before you were born, the forest was a different place, and Smokey didn't have his name, and no one knew his smiling face. He was a very frightened cub, and how he got that way, and finally overcame his fears, is the tale you'll hear today.
3 years later, Rankin Bass would produce a Saturday morning cartoon series titled The Smokey Bear Show.
Years ago, a fire trapped a bear. A tiny cub was saved by a ranger who named him Smokey Bear. The next stop for Smokey was Washington, D.C. They made him a ranger there. He had a job to do. Soon everybody knew the ranger, Smokey Bear. He had a job to do. Soon everybody knew the ranger, Smokey Bear.
Throughout the years, Smokey has made numerous appearances as a cartoon, in live action, and in CGI, but his image has remained the same. Though in 1993, he did try rapping.
My friends, depend on me, Smokey B, to voice a plea. Respect the forest, protect our trees. Oh, what I do.
In 2001, his slogan was updated to "Only you can prevent wildfires," to raise awareness of all natural wildfires. For over a decade, Smokey has been sharing that message via the voice of actor Sam Elliott.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Recently, Smoky celebrated his 75th birthday. To commemorate, Smoky toured the country, appearing on local news, in parades, and he even had his own category on Jeopardy!
Smoky was named for Smoky Joe Martin, a member of this famed urban force for 46 years and a hero of the Greenwich volcano blaze. Chris?
What is the New York Fire Department?
That's it.
To honor the occasion, the National Zoo opened an exhibit paying tribute to Smoky and his real-life counterpart. Smoky and his message have stood strong for nearly 8 decades. He can be seen in national parks across America, urging caution for fire safety. As long as wildfires are still a risk, Smoky will be there to remind us,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Thank you for watching the first of what I hope to be many episodes of Brand Management. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe.